Hey Cure Arthritis Nation, welcome back to Arthritis Now, brought to you by the Arthritis National Research Foundation. I'm your host, Kyle Langen, and today's interview will be with Dr. Brian Skaggs of UCLA, who's studying cholesterol and its effects on rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. So sit back and relax as we jump right in. Hi, Dr. Skaggs. Thank you very much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
You were funded by the Arthritis National Research Foundation in 2011, is that correct?
That's correct. And I was also funded by the ANRF from 2007 to 2008 on a completely different project. But the project that I was funded on by ANRF in 2011 to 2012 is a project that I'm still working on now, and that project is looking at cholesterol in lupus patients, and we have started looking in RA as well.
Great. So yeah, if you could actually expand on that a little bit more and kind of tell us in a lay summary for like people like me who don't really understand all of the science talk. If you could kind of tell us what your research is, that would be great.
Sure. So HDL is high density lipoprotein, and that is what people lay people and researchers too will often refer to as good cholesterol. So the thinking has been you want high levels of HDL, you want low levels of the bad cholesterol, which is LDL. And what we're finding is that the levels of HDL are not necessarily indicative of how good the HDL is. And HDL isn't just a passive bystander hanging out in your bloodstream. It probably has a function, or as we're coming to find out, multiple functions. And what we noticed, and this was before I was involved in this research, was that this HDL in a lot of lupus patients, almost half of the women in our cohort, in our UCLA cohort that we looked at, had HDL that was pro-inflammatory. And what that means is that it not only didn't prevent heart disease, but it actually encouraged things like oxidative stress, that sort of thing. And so we qualified it as bad. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to find out what makes this cholesterol bad. This good cholesterol turn bad,
Right.
And what could be done to prevent this? Are there drugs that could be used? Are there interventions such as exercise that could help this, which we have found in lupus patients does seem to help? And how we could predict cardiovascular disease in lupus patients or RA patients, because lupus patients and RA patients have a very high incidence of cardiovascular disease, along with all of the other problems that happen with these diseases.
I know you said you were studying something when you got your first grant with ANRF. So what kind of made you switch gears? Was there kind of a personal connection with cholesterol, or what made you?
Well, there's a personal connection with cholesterol. I'll get to that in a second. So when I did an initial postdoc here at UCLA, I was actually in oncology for a few years, and I was working on a completely translational project that was helping patients almost immediately, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So when I came over to rheumatology in 2007, and ANRF was very generous to give me that first grant because it helped me get the job, to be honest, and the second helped me to keep the job. That first grant was a little bit more of a basic science project, but my personal connection to HDL is that my wife is a rheumatologist here at UCLA, and the project was hers.
Oh, cool.
The pro-inflammatory HDL. So we've been working together on this project pretty much since 2007, but I've certainly, through my wife, who sees a lot of autoimmune patients and especially lupus patients, I have met a number of patients, and so I'm personally invested in solving this problem at this point.
Hey guys, thanks for watching part 1 of our interview with Dr. Skaggs. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out at curearthritis.org for all the updates on the foundation. We'll see you next time.